the weirdest one was when we went to play Poland, Warsaw. That was the first gig of the tour with Lewis, and I think someone in the band put on the story like a picture of a menu or something like that. I think it said, because we got a song called Firewater, and I think it said Firewater on the menu, and like these two lassies turned up and just like turned up to a table and that, can we get a photo and that? Like, are you serious?
Hi Mark, welcome
Hello.
back to the Gab.
Thank you, thanks for having me.
So we have Mark Sharp on, but without the Bicycle Thieves. Sadly, we've got an empty couch.
It's probably a good thing, to be fair.
Mark, tell me a little bit about yourself. Introduce yourself to the audience.
I'm Mark Sharp. I'm in a band. Just speak to the camera.
You can speak to the camera if you like.
No, I think that's weird though. I just say Mark Sharp. I'm in a band. Mark Sharp and the Bicycle Thieves. Just from West Lothian, 5-piece, and yeah, we're just living the dream.
And where did that name come from? Because that's really random.
Yeah, I know.
But also, would you consider yourself an indie band?
I'd say so, yeah.
All indie bands have a bit of like a funky name.
Yeah, no, it was like I started out just like doing it myself, and that's where the Mark Sharp bit comes from. My mum and dad came up with that, but I can't take credit for that. But we were trying to think of a name for the boys in the band, and I think I was in like HMV or something like that. Can't remember. And there was like a film called The Bicycle Thief. It's an Italian film for the 50s, and I was like, oh, that's got a nice ring to it. So
that was genuinely it.
That. Yeah, I love movies and that as well, and that was like quite a cult movie back in the day in Italy. So I love everything Italian as well. So I was like, nah, that's just.
Are you perfect. Italian?
No.
Oh no. Just like the energy.
I just love it. Like Italian food and stuff like that.
So it wasn't anything like anyone stole the bike. You thought it was funny.
No, but like I think it was last year, their guitarist got his bike stolen.
Well, there
ironic,
it is. That's the sign.
Yeah,
I was genuinely thinking like surely someone stole a bike, but it's generally you just been in HMV.
Oh, I can't speak for the rest of the band. They might have, but
how do they feel
I've never
about
stole a bike.
It being at Mark Sharp and the Bicycle Thieves?
Not sure. Never really asked them, but it was just, as I say, like it started out just doing my own thing, and then they joined. But it's been different members as well, and I think having that kind of separation allows us to change. Not that I want to change anyone.
This is you making your announcement.
Yeah. I think we've got the perfect lineup now, so we'll keep that. But yeah.
And how did you all meet?
Well, our drummer James, he, I went and recorded the first song, which is Fools. Went and recorded that with him, and then we kind of wrote a lot of stuff together as well. After that, he sort of writes songs for TV shows and films and adverts and stuff like that. He's a composer, so we done an album together as well, just for that company. And then Connor was he was the first person in the band, and he's been the original member for the start, the bassist. So, and then his best friend Cammy and Darren went to school with both of them, so yeah, got them in from there.
So you're all from the same area, in Bathgate?
No, James was from Bathgate, stays in Glasgow now. Darren was from Linlithgow, stays in Glasgow now, and Cammy and Connor, they're from Bathgate.
So where did it all begin for you with music?
I'm not sure. Like, my mum and dad were big music fans. They loved like Elvis, Rod Stewart, and Bowie and stuff like that. So probably from there, and I was just like, music's always been in my life.
And you never went to uni or anything? Did you just start doing this like in school?
Yeah, well, I think I left school, I was like 16, 17, and I was working as a mechanic with my dad. I was going to college and stuff, but yeah, I don't know, I think it was at a house party or something, and singing along, and then someone went, you got to sing for our band, and then I ended up joining a band called The Divines, all my mates for Blackburn.
What happened to that band?
I was just too young, everybody just moves on with their life type thing. Yeah. And then another band called Noughts and Crosses, again with McClay, member of the Divines. We kind of done our own thing for a bit with different members and stuff, and then I never done anything for years.
Oh, really?
Nah, I just worked, and yeah, never touched music for years, and then just picked it back up again, and yeah, it's just...
Did you work as a mechanic during that time?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So how old are you now?
31.
31. Yeah. So how long, like how many years were you working as a mechanic during that time?
About 5 or 6 years.
And then what happened after that? How did it spark your interest again?
Well, I was actually going to move to Australia.
Who hasn't moved to Australia?
I know, it's like, and I was.
It's just the way out.
I know, and I was like, I was going to move over with my friend. He was over there, Martin, and
you do give Australia vibes, you know. You kind of got a wee bit of a mullet going on.
Yeah, got that kind of going on. This was just like, you know, like,
before it was cool.
Yeah,
to move to Australia.
But this was like 7 years ago, and they all had like the tash and the long hair and the mullet and all that over there. And I was like, that's never coming back. I'm going back home. But I've noticed that just the last couple of years it's kind of making a comeback. Never thought the mullet and a tash would be coming back. It's like 80s vibes. And
everyone's sporting it these days.
No.
I think it's here to stay.
Yeah,
I love it. I really rate it.
Yeah. Got a couple of mates. I've got a few mullets.
You should just all do mullets in the band.
Yeah. Last of the mullets.
Mark Sharp and the mullets.
That's a shout, by the way.
If you ever want to pop them off, take
there
that.
There we go. Sorted.
Copyright it immediately.
Yeah.
So you were going to move to Australia?
Yeah, I went over for like 3 months, and I was like, do you know what? I might just stay here.
Why did you want to stay?
It's just a better lifestyle over there. Although I was in Sydney, and Sydney's nice and it's got the beaches and stuff, but I preferred Melbourne. I went to Melbourne for a week, and
everyone says that it's way cooler. Apparently,
it's like Glasgow.
Oh,
so
is it?
Like, it's like good life here. Like,
I also think people that stay in Glasgow, like, or spent a lot of time in Glasgow, they always kind of want to come back to it, or they want to find somewhere similar to it.
Yeah.
Like most places, like Marseille in France, always reminds me of Glasgow. I've been to Naples too, and I was like, it's just like Glasgow, but like really hot, and like they speak a different language. But you're always kind of like looking for like Melbourne as well.
Yeah, Melbourne.
Sydney's nice, but Melbourne's like Glasgow.
There's no beaches in Melbourne, but there's like, and where we were, it was like beaches all around us, so it was beautiful. But I don't know, I just felt like home when when I went to Melbourne. There was quite a good music scene there as well. I was like, I could see myself here. And
then what made you want to come back?
James Grant. I was going in to record with him, and did Fools, so I thought I'll go back, see how it goes, but it went well, so yeah, just ended up staying.
And now you opened for Lewis Capaldi and his Europe tour, which is insane. How did that come about?
I've known Lewis for years, and
no, shut up, really?
Yeah, he stayed around the corner.
No way.
He's a few years younger, but we went to the same school and that. I know his family and stuff, but
that's mad.
Yeah, it was just kind of out of the blue. It was like a couple of weeks before the tour, and he was just like, do you want to? I remember he mentioned it to me once when we were out, and I just thought, it's just a drink talk. So then it was coming up to it, and then he just like, do you fancy it?
Yeah.
And he's like sent me all these dates, and I was like, I'm there, mate.
Yeah,
I'll be there. Aye, so.
What was it like?
Unreal. It was unreal. It was like, I knew it would be good, but I didn't expect the response we got, especially being first on. I know, like, the good thing about European crowds is they like really take to bands that are support acts as well. Like here, you don't normally go and see support acts, open acts and stuff.
You kind of just like go when the person you want to see is
playing. Stay in the pub as long as you can and then go. That's just the kind of mentality here. But no, they were like learning our songs, like asking the set lists before we'd even played the gig and stuff like that, like online and stuff on Twitter. Like, can we get the set list? So they were actually learning the words and stuff. So there's like videos and they're all singing the words.
That's so sweet.
I know. It's just mad. There's like fan pages and that now.
I'm not gonna lie. When I was doing my research on you guys, I looked up, like found your Instagram, and then I was like just looking at like, and I was looking for Mark Sharp like fan pages. I found like one from Czech Republic, which was so rogue, and I wrote it down. I was like, Czech Republic, I'm asking about that. That's so random.
Mad. Oh, it's mad. They're like, they're posting every day. They post more than us. Like, they're doing like.
Do you leave your comments?
Yeah, definitely. The thing is, we're supposed to be playing Edinburgh, and we cancelled the gig, but a couple of them were actually coming over at the gig.
No way! How come you cancelled?
Because we're going back out to do more dates with Lewis.
No way! Oh, when's that?
I'm away tomorrow.
Where are you going?
To Milan.
No way!
To Milan, and then just for a couple of days back home, and then Zurich next month, and Barcelona in September.
I love Barcelona so much.
Yeah.
Have you been to Primavera?
Yeah, we went Primavera last year.
I went to Primavera last year. Yeah, it was so class. Strokes was amazing.
Strokes were unreal.
Unreal.
Yeah, they were my highlight.
Yeah, for me too as well. Like, it was insane though. Like it was really badly organised. Like I think they had like 2 water fountains for like how many people? Like a good 100,000.
Oh, it was serious people because they did not cancel one of the night like the weekend before one of the I think the Strokes cancelled, so they gave people tickets,
which was like so daft, and
stupid.
Then the water fountains broke, and it was just so badly organised. And I was with my pals, so I've gone completely off track and talking about myself, but we went to see Dua Lipa, and that I mean, if she's there, I'm gonna go see her. But people were insane. Like they weren't. No one was being nice to each other. Everyone was like elbowing each other. I had to go sit, and I actually had a bit of a panic attack. And like my pals, I just left them in the crowd. I was like, I just need to get away. I was like, I kind of got out finally after a good 15 minutes of like pushing people out the way, and I saw some boys with Scotland flags. And I was like, I need to go over to them. And I went over, and they looked after me for the rest of the night. Like,
but how funny would it be if it was us? So I think we had a Scotland flag.
I don't think I would have recognised it. These were like little 18-year-old boys, and they were so sound, but they were being so nice. And I was like, honestly, Scottish people abroad always look out for them. They'll always look out for you as well. But yeah, it was really, it was a very, very good festival, but it was a mess. So hopefully you'll never have to experience that again.
No, I'd love to play it though.
It would be really fast, and it's huge as well.
I know.
Is Lewis Capaldi playing there?
I don't think so. It might be. No, in fact, he's doing one in Madrid. I can't remember the name. It's not mad cool, but he's doing one in Madrid because we were supposed to be doing that as a rescheduled date as well. But he's doing a festival or something now. So
how long were you with him for during that tour?
A whole month.
A whole month.
But like the last 4 or 5 dates got cancelled.
Were you not exhausted?
No, I loved it, honestly.
Really?
You just basically play a show, have a few beers, go on the bus, fall asleep, wake up, see the city.
So it wasn't
waking
like
up in a new country and just
a lot of partying or anything?
No, it was a few days, but
like
I was taking it easy. I was taking it easy because I was to sing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
course.
It's alright for the rest of the band. They can fucking pish every night, but
I also think you need to be so careful now with social media and like what you get up to, because like back in the day, obviously people like there was no social media. You could literally do whatever you want, and you see all these mad bands doing stuff like, you know, Motley Crue. I love Motley Crue so much. They're coming to Glasgow actually, but their tickets are so expensive. But I remember watching, I want to read their book, but I remember watching their film The Dirt, which is like obviously a bit of a daft film, but the stuff they got up to, you can never get away with that stuff anymore these days.
I've not watched the film yet, but I've heard it's
watched the film. It's literally ridiculous. But the stuff that they got away with, like you couldn't do that now, and you have to be so careful about like what you're saying, like how you like present yourself and things, like especially after I watched Lewis's documentary, like he's been through it, like he really has.
It's a quite hard watch, to be honest.
It was really hard, especially coming from Scotland too. You just think like he's one of our own, and like you know him, and you know his family, and like his family were in the documentary too.
That's what set me off for these Molly's Green. But it was a great documentary, so I absolutely loved it, and it's quite cool to see, get a good insight in that kind of stuff, because like he comes across, because he is just like you see him, he's sound as anything, he's just a happy guy all the time, but you don't see what goes on behind the scenes. It's important for somebody like him to kind of show that, I think.
Have you ever experienced anxiety like that?
Not to like physically, you know, taking its toll on my body, I don't think. Maybe exhausted and stuff, but you get you kind of get it before gigs and stuff as well, but this is a total different extreme. The pressure on him is unbelievable. Do you know what I mean? But I think that it was doing these arena shows, and that, like, I obviously knew it was a big deal, but like,
but because you knew him before, you're like,
it's weird that
just Lewis.
I know, I still don't get it. I was watching him last night at the big weekend. They did the one big. Still just weird seeing him doing what he's doing, but I can't get my head around it sometimes. It's just I
feel bad for him. But he's doing so well, and you always feel so proud because he's Scottish as well, so you're like, oh, go on. But big weekend, you were there.
He's a treasure.
Oh, wait, you were at the big weekend?
No, I was just watching the TV last night.
That was so random to me. There was like Jared Leto there, the Jonas Brothers. Just so weird to me. They're all in Dundee as well. Like, of all places,
Dundee,
why?
I don't know.
Why Dundee? Like, why not like Glasgow or Edinburgh? Like Dundee.
I don't get it.
No, yeah, I don't understand.
But I mean,
that
it's fair play Dundee for getting it. I don't know if they pick random cities because they done Glasgow before, did they know?
I actually have no idea.
No,
but I wish I'd gone. It looked really, really fun.
Yeah.
I feel like there's been a lot going on like Scotland over the past couple weeks. There was Beyonce, Harry Styles.
I was actually at Harry Styles.
How was it?
It's actually class.
Yeah, he's class.
Pretend, like a girlfriend was taking us all and another couple and pretending that we won, they want to go, but it's like to be fair, like Angie's music's really good.
His music's amazing, and he's such a great performer. Yeah. He's got such good stage presence. He gets so many people involved. All the ladies love him.
It's a big event. I thought it was going to like a hen do. It was just like pink cowboy hats and
the feathers all over the city.
I was going to say like Bruce Springsteen's playing on Tuesday, same place.
No chance.
The feathers all over the place.
There's so much going on at the minute, and I'm kind of like buzzing because it's like this is a good way to start the summer.
Yeah,
everything's happening.
Yeah, sun's
so
out.
When are you back on? You're leaving tomorrow.
Leaving tomorrow to go to Milan, playing on Wednesday, and then back on Thursday.
Where was the best place you went to?
Like honestly, see it all kind of fell into one. To be honest, like the gigs were that good. They just felt like they were all kind of falling into one. But one of the weird ones was we played Paris, and like a couple of days before it, we were like, you just can't play Paris because they've got so many different rules where you have to they have to start music at a certain time, and like 95% of the crowd have to be in before you turn the lights off. So like
that's very, very weird.
Yeah. So I was like, but Celtic and Rangers were playing in the final that day, so I was like, I'm not bought. We were watching that anyway. But
that's a really weird rule though. I don't understand that.
Yeah, that's mad. But they were like, the drummer's sister and her friends were coming over and were like, can we play 20 minutes? So they got 20 minute slot. But the good thing about it was like the place was full, so the whole arena was full.
So where did you go watch the game?
Just watched it in Leslie's changing room.
You know there's a Scottish pub in Paris called the Highlander.
Is there?
And they sell like cans of Iron Brew for like £4.
Oh really?
And I went, so my mum's French, so I went to Paris to like go visit my cousin, and one of my pals came out too, and we were so hanging. I was like, all I want right now is a can of Iron Brew. And we trekked all the way to this wee pub, and the guy was from Dundee, and I was like, please give me a can of Iron Brew. He was like, that'll be €4, and I was like, you're fucking joking. And I still had it. I did take it.
Yeah.
But
you need Iron Brew when
it
you're
was
rough.
Flat as well, and I was like, how long has that been in your fridge? Because no one's coming to buy it. Yeah, no one's buying it. Yeah, it made me laugh. But that's a very, very odd rule. So where was it? Where did you go after Paris then? Because since you didn't get to play.
Oh no, we played for 20 minutes.
And then after that, you just went and watched the football and then left.
No, I watched the football before it.
Oh, before?
Yeah.
Then you were happy, and then you were are you a Celtic fan?
Celtic
I'd like to
fan,
ask. Okay, right, fine.
Yeah.
Well done on the weekend.
I was at the one last year, but I missed it this year. It's at Harry Styles.
Oh, of course. Priorities, Mark.
You
Priorities.
know what I mean?
So tomorrow, how are you feeling about going back on?
Excited, like it should. It was a shame that it got cut short, but I think it kind of works in our favour as well because we're getting to go back out and it's creating a buzz again. So I'm excited for it, and just excited to eat pasta, to be honest.
Oh, that'll be so
Just
fun.
get some good pasta.
I'm so unbelievably jealous. Do you get a private jet? Am I allowed to ask?
Do I get a private jet?
Yeah, how does it work? Does Lewis?
So
I can't imagine him
sometimes
sitting in economy.
No. But on the tour he would have got his own bus and stuff. We were lucky to also be on one of his buses, but not his bus. It was the crew bus, but I think he, when he lost his voice, he had to get a private jet home.
Of course.
And stuff like that. So.
Only the best. It's so wild how much he's blown up, isn't it? Especially in America. The American absolutely love him so much. It makes me laugh.
Yeah, I know.
And he's really, really funny.
I know. And he just, he talks like he normally talks, even when he's in America and stuff like that. I find it hard to kind of change my, skip the slang sometimes.
I was going to ask, do people understand your accent, or do you not really talk on stage and you usually just sing?
You usually just sing, but obviously you've got to say thank you.
Yeah. And
merci
like, what?
when you're in France, merci.
Yeah, that's it.
Fluent. No, you kind of have to talk just a bit slower. But
when was your first gig you ever did for Mark Sharp and the Bicycle Thieves?
It's 13th note in Glasgow.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So when was that?
2017, I think.
Wow.
And we had to hear the bill. We were headlining it because we just put our own gig on. And the Snuts and Lewis were supporting.
No chance.
Lewis just got signed that week as well to his label.
How are the Snuts?
Legends.
Wait, have you opened for them too? Yeah, you have. Haven't
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
How was that? When was that?
We've done loads. It's just, but again, we all grew up in the kind of same area, and we used to put gigs on. Me and me Jack, the singer, we used to put a thing called Tea in the Clacking.
What's in the water in that area? Because clearly there's like musical geniuses just popping out of the ground.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just it's a good scene, but we've kind of looked after each other all the way up that, and like obviously Lewis has been really good to us recently. When do you get to play arenas? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know what it is. It's just Susan Boyle
Susan
through that way as well. So
do you know her? Yes, man.
No, definitely. I've met her and nearly knocked her down a couple of times and stuff. She just walks out on the road. She doesn't bother.
She's got.
She runs this town. So she
just there's Susan there. Again. Hide.
Yeah, pretty much. The amount of people that's told me I've never knocked her down is unbelievable.
Oh really?
Like she just walks across the road. Like she's not got to like wait for the green man or nothing. She just walks across the road. Doesn't even look. Just.
Oh, there's Susan again.
I won this time.
That's so funny. I was expecting you to say that.
No, I didn't expect to go and nearly knock somebody down that being Susan Boyle.
And you're like, oh my god, it's you.
That's Susan.
You should get a wee collab going on with her.
That would be good.
That would be good. I feel like that could genuinely do something. Bring her on tour with you.
That would be
surprise, Lewis. We've got Susan Boyle.
That'd be some laugh, to be fair. Nah, I don't know what it is. It's just good. Get something in the water, probably. Like you say. That's for that Lewis's song.
That's wow. Good wee reference there.
Do you know what I mean?
So, starting like a band and everything, like you said that you started like kind of at house parties and stuff. How's the dynamic? Like, who writes the songs? Or is it like a collective thing?
Yeah, everybody kind of plays their part. I'll usually like have a song written on the acoustic guitar. I'll have the lyrics and the melodies done, and then I'll take it to the band. And then they'll all add their own sort of influences on it. But yeah, there's different ways. We've tried other ways as well. We know this way works, but we always try to do different ways as well.
And what's the best gig you've played together in Glasgow?
In Glasgow, the biggest gig was St Luke's.
Where's it?
So that's down. It's next to the Barlands.
Oh.
So you know about St Luke's?
No, I don't think I have.
Nice. It's like a big church. But we Tuts as well. We've done a few in Tuts. It's not. It's like half the size of St Luke's, but it's
nice and intimate. I like it.
Yeah, I love that kind of gigs.
Do you know Pip Millet? Do you know Tara Kin?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw Tara Kin there. I saw Pip Millet.
Right.
And that was the first time I'd ever been. I really liked it because everyone's like, it's not like concerts I've been to where like people are like elbowing you out the way. Everyone's just like, it's just a really nice vibe. Yeah. I think I've just had like bad experiences. Like, I went to Drake. I saw him.
You'll not see him playing Tuts.
Nah, I doubt it. But I remember seeing him and people were just like nasty.
Oh really?
Like yeah, like people were really like, just like trying to get to the front as if he's gonna like, I don't know, come out and like give you a kiss. Like it's highly doubt
his show looks unreal, like stage set and stuff like that.
He was
what's
really,
it for
really
a ticket for that?
I went to see him in like 2016. That was like 80 quid, and that was for standing, which wasn't that bad. But now it's like
I don't think he'll play in Scotland again.
No, I doubt it.
It's the prices that these tickets are going for.
I also saw Post Malone, and he was like, I actually feel quite bad saying this, but he was like shit.
What?
Yeah, like he was so drunk and like just quite disrespectful. Couldn't really understand what he was saying. He was like smashed his guitar on stage, and we're all like, "This isn't the vibe." Not really a vibe. And then I saw Mac Miller too before he passed away, which was really really cool. Yeah. Who's the best person you've seen?
Oh, that's a good question.
Can't say Lewis Capaldi.
Just gotta get away with that there. My first gig was Rod Stewart at Hampden.
Rod Stewart at Hampden?
Yeah, it was my first gig.
No way.
I was only like 6 or something like that. I just remember it being unreal. Remember the saxophone player being incredible. I don't know. I'd probably say Rod Stewart, even though it was the first gig, but been to so many gigs.
Is he your favourite artist of all time? If you could have top 3 people you could only listen to for the rest of your life, who would it be?
Otis Redding, 100%. His voice is... He's like my favourite singer all the time.
Butter.
Mm-hmm. Beatles.
Mm.
Probably throw Aretha Franklin in there, maybe.
Amazing.
Not
Some good music taste you have.
Yeah. I love all music, to be fair.
What about some modern music? Who'd you like?
Harry Styles again. Like my kind of band growing up was Arctic Monkeys, so like I've always.
Do you think they influenced you quite a bit?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't think the music is like any Arctic Monkeys songs, but I think Alec Turner's like a great lyricist. So, and I loved like I'm obsessed with lyrics and stuff. So,
who's the biggest person you've met, like fame music wise?
Oh,
Lewis, of course. That's
Susan,
such a daft question. Susan Boyle, of course. Before anyone.
Leon Jackson.
Leon Jackson.
He won the X Factor. He's for Whitburn.
I'm gonna have to look this up, but I don't know who that is.
You remember him? He's for Whitburn as well.
Leon Jackson.
Yeah.
I'm looking him up.
You'll know him straight away when you see him. But he was for Whitburn as well.
Oh my god, no, I do know him. Who are all these people coming out of Scotland?
I know.
How is it coming up in the Scottish music scene?
It's alright. I thought it was decent until I went and played European shows and this like we're doing better over there. Just feel like a month. And gigs like us, like if you look at our streaming, like we can see like what cities and countries are listening to us and like Spotify and stuff like that, and it's everywhere else rather than here.
I find that really surprising.
Yeah. Like
I wasn't expecting you to say that, especially when you were saying that they like asked for the set list and everything. That's really, I love that though, that they're so supportive, but you really don't get that here at all.
No.
And maybe we probably definitely do need more of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I think, like I've mostly had girl bands on and like female artists here, but it seems like there's not a lot of like support from actual Scotland, like you know what I mean, until they're like big. So like
I found that as well.
Like Lewis, like now everyone loves him because he's big.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But like until then, they just kind of shit on you.
It's a weird mentality I think they've got in
Scotland.
Society in Scotland and
I've talked
UK,
about it a lot. Yeah. It's like the cringe culture and like shite bag, and like if you do something a bit like different, they're like, oh god, you're a gimp, like what are you doing? Like that's how I feel with my podcast. I'm like, oh, I don't really talk about it with people because I'm like, you're just gonna think I'm a loser. It's weird, isn't it?
I don't know what's wrong with people, but I find that it's just we just kind of put people down until they're successful, and then you're like, oh, I know them.
They only want to know you when you're doing good.
Yeah.
And until then, they're like, oh god, like that's cringe.
Yeah.
So you've experienced that too.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, definitely. But we're not like we're still at the everybody hates us in this type. we're not at that stage yet where people like us because we're doing well, but we're doing all right. So
yeah, you're on the come up. What other things do you have that aren't with Lewis then that are coming up?
When does this go out? Does this go out on?
I'm gonna get this out as soon as possible.
All right.
Probably next Tuesday.
Oh, next Tuesday, right? Well, I can say we've got an album coming out.
No way.
Yeah, so we're announcing it when we're in Milan.
In Milan, so tomorrow.
Well, Wednesday.
On Wednesday.
We're actually announcing it when we're at the.
And what's the name of the album? Are you allowed to say?
Unmask the Circus.
Unmask the Circus. I love that.
Yeah.
That's very exciting. So that's the first thing, and then do you go on tour?
We're doing a like a Scottish tour, and we're hoping to try and get back out, do our own tour in Europe. Obviously not arenas, but like some intimate venues. There. I know, but it's still hard to sell tickets these days. Honestly, it's so difficult.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Why?
I don't know. Even like big acts. I don't think Beyonce even sold it.
She didn't. No, she did. People were still selling it.
Mad. But yeah, it's just.
It's cost of living crisis. People can't afford it.
Yeah, that and like we're still obviously with the COVID and stuff like that. We're still like everything's not. We're still a wee bit like iffy about everything for some reason.
Big crowds, I think, kind of scare people. Like even I get a bit anxious when I'm in a big place, but not even because of COVID. I think mostly because for such a long time we were like locked up and like weren't really allowed around people, so I get a bit like anxious. Like even at Primavera, I was like, this is so weird.
Yeah, that was too many people.
far too many people.
Like to a scary level.
They oversold so much, and it was just, it was a weird vibe. I don't know if you got that as well. I just felt like the vibes.
Oh no, definitely, yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't just me. I think the vibes were off. Like the drinks were really weird. Like it just was really badly organised. Like I wouldn't go back to Primavera, which is upsetting because I don't like. Did you buy your tickets 2 years before?
Yes.
And it got delayed twice. Cause see, before I think I would have had like an absolute blast.
Yeah.
Would have been class. Would have had a good time. But yeah, it was just very, very odd, and like I don't think anyone really enjoyed it. Like I didn't really hear anyone say it was good, to be honest. I think everyone was just a bit...
I still kind of enjoyed it, but I know what you mean. It was...
I only enjoyed the Strokes.
The Strokes were unreal.
I was absolutely buzzing when
Tame
I saw
and Impala were really good
Tame
as well,
was
actually.
Class.
Because their light show, like lasers and all that.
That was amazing. Who else did I see? I saw Bad Boy Chiller Crew.
Oh, did you see them? Were they not like 5 in the morning or something like that?
Yeah.
So I really want to see them, but
I was still going.
not that time in the morning.
They were in Edinburgh last week.
Oh, were they? Brilliant.
Yeah, and I emailed them. I was like, please come on my podcast. Didn't get a reply, but that's okay.
Oh,
I'll get them next time.
That would have been very good.
I'll get them next time. What would you like to do? Like, what big festival are you aiming for?
I'd like to do like Primavera, as you said there.
Not Glastonbury.
Glastonbury obviously would be... That would be insane. I'd love to just go to Glastonbury, but like playing would be obviously even better. We've not played trans, but I played. I mean, like Darren, we played like acoustic set at Transmit a few years ago, but yeah, I'd love to play that with the band.
I feel like there needs to be more in Scotland because we've got other ones as well.
Yeah.
And we've got Transmit. Do we not have the Highland thing that's in August that Lewis is playing at?
Yeah. The tent, I think that's like one of the King Tut's tent that was 15 the Park. I think it's one of the big tops.
That's the one. We've got that as well. But other than that, there's
Connect.
not like a huge music scene.
Yeah.
Apart from Lewis Capaldi, obviously. Who's your favourite Scottish artist?
Favourite Scottish artist probably. I quite like Paul Nutini. He's good. Katie Tunstall's good as well. Like,
Of course.
I love her voice. It's loads. Deacon Blue.
Deacon Blue.
Oh no, I
Do
can't
you like
wait.
Belle and Sebastian?
Yeah, decent.
I really like Belle and Sebastian, yeah.
That was great bands.
What about some upcoming ones? Smaller ones?
Loads. Obviously Bems is doing brilliant.
Bems is great.
Yeah.
He's really good. I actually listen to his music quite a lot.
Yeah, he's class. Brooke Cole, really into her music. Yeah, she's brilliant. Snuts are obviously, they're flying at the moment as well.
Joy Hotel as well.
Yeah.
They're really flying too.
Yeah. So many good bands.
It's nice to see.
Yeah.
It is nice to see.
And it's it's good people as well. Do you know what I mean? It's people that deserve it.
It seems like there's a nice community as well. Because like you'd expect it to be quite, I don't know if bitchy is the right word, but like competitive.
It's not like the 90s anymore, like with Oasis and Blur. They're
Where,
people
like,
are actually
people down.
getting behind each other. And
Exactly.
it's important because like, why would you be against somebody doing well? Do you know what I mean?
But maybe they have to do that because like people aren't very supportive in Scotland. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
Because I think it's really sad that we're not as supportive of people doing their own thing. Like Glasgow is also such a creative city, yet people don't like seeing other people be creative. It's a really, really weird mentality. It actually makes me really upset.
Yeah.
Like I'm always quite, I know like you shouldn't really care what people think, but it's always in the back of
Yeah,
your mind,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Definitely. No, I think that's a fair point. I think that's probably the reason why there's like it's such a tight community, because they need to be, because everyone else just...
And people are like embarrassed of you a little bit. Like I've had like a couple of friends who aren't really my friends anymore. They're like, when I started the podcast, they're a bit like, you're starting a podcast. Like they're almost kind of like cringed out by me. And I was like, oh,
don't get that. Do you know what I mean? I don't get that
yeah.
at all. But it's just the way people are. As you say, that's their loss, though, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
It's really interesting to hear that it's different in Europe. Like I wasn't expecting that. Like because like I said, my mum's French, but like I've never like gone to concerts or anything. Or I don't really know like small bands coming up in France. So I didn't really know that was like what they were like. Yeah,
just getting obsessed with bands. It's really cool, to be fair.
And they like Scottish people.
Yeah, definitely, especially like Germany. Like there's loads of Scottish bands do well there. Amy McDonald is massive in
really?
Yeah, in Germany. Like I'm sure like she goes to the football and that with like the German like president and stuff like that. I just made that up.
That's so random. Like,
I just made that up.
She's at the front. That's so
Could
random.
have made that up, but
Did you know who the Delgados were? They were like a small Glasgow band. They were huge in China, like massive in China, but like just weren't like that big in Scotland.
Yeah.
Which is always so weird to me.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to do well in like China and stuff
well.
like that. That'd be good.
Like, I did not know that she was big in Germany. I'm gonna have to do my research.
Yeah, huge. But like that's what I was saying earlier as well. Like Lewis and stuff like that, they became bigger in other places, and then everywhere. Like then Scotland sort of.
So you're gonna try a Europe tour first?
Yeah, I'd love to just go back out and do our own dates. So
you said it was like harder to sell tickets these days. Do you mean mostly in Scotland or like elsewhere?
I'm not sure about elsewhere, to be honest, obviously because we've not tried that yet, but I think still it is a wee bit, it's more so here I would say, but I think there's like anywhere else it is.
Have you ever played to like no one at all? Or have you always had a bit of an audience?
Yeah, I think that, I mean, like going back to when I was like 16, 17, definitely played to 3 people.
Yeah, of course.
And me being one of them and stuff like that, but since starting, since like that 13th Note gig, like we sold that out in a day.
Wow.
That was before the Snuts and Lewis got announced, so I wasn't trying to use it to sell the tickets, but they were just starting kind of at that time as well. But since then, yeah, we've sold it pretty much every gig that we've played.
What's the worst gig you've played?
I don't know actually.
Like things really going wrong, maybe.
I think we've been quite lucky, to be fair.
Yeah.
If something goes wrong anyway, I just kind of make the most of it anyway.
Yeah, you kind of have to, don't you?
There's been times where like guitar like is not worked or broke a string or something like that, and and like a lot of the people that go to the gigs are we're like friends with them all. Do you know what I mean? We we make time for all the people before the shows and after the shows and stuff like that, and so they're just like us. The people that come to the gigs, they don't care if any of that kind of stuff happens. They're just there for a good time, really.
Have you ever had people come up to you in the street?
Yeah, sometimes, but like the weirdest one was when we went to play Poland, Warsaw. That was the first gig of the tour with Lewis, and I think someone in the band put on the story like a picture of a menu or something like that. I think it's because we got a song called Firewater, and I think it said Firewater on the menu. And like these 2 lassies turned up and just like turned up to a table and that can we get a photo and that. I'm like, are you serious? How did you even know we were here? And that is like we've seen it on Instagram and stuff. That's kind of scary. I know.
That's actually really weird.
Yeah, I know. But like,
you have to be so careful now.
Yeah, that was the first we didn't experience anything like that before, and so it was well weird. But they're on you like so. Like you say, you need to be careful what you put online.
Yeah, definitely. Were you with Lewis?
Not at that point, no. No, it was just the band. We just turned up. We thought we'll go for a couple of drinks and a meal or something like that.
And you've not even had that in Scotland?
No.
That's so random to me.
Yeah.
Especially somewhere like Poland.
Yeah, I know.
Like, and they saw that and went, we know what restaurant that is. We're going to go show up.
Yeah.
That's a wee bit too far to us. Just wait till the end of the night, maybe.
Yeah, that was quite funny because Connor was at the toilet the whole time they were in, and he's like, these are talking shit.
Where's the place you're most excited to go to?
I'm excited to go to Milan, but yeah, it's anywhere. Copenhagen was good. I'd like to go back there actually and play a show. Just love the city.
Yeah, Copenhagen's really cool.
Have you been before?
It's
nice.
Really, it's expensive. It's very expensive, but the people there are so cool, and all of them are ridiculously good looking.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what goes on over there.
But Zurich will be good, but Zurich's expensive.
Yeah, Zurich's very expensive.
We still went to Zurich even though the gig got cancelled. So we had to like spend time in Zurich, and we're like, let's get us out of here. We are skint or too skint for this.
Yeah, fair enough. Do you actually make a lot of money from gigs?
Well, you can, like doing that, like all the money goes back into the band and it will go towards recording and stuff like that. Yeah. But when you're doing like these kind of European shows and stuff like that, they can't like you're paying for the trip really. You kind of break even sort of thing. But you can make good money. You actually make more money if you would like. See, if I was like doing covers in a pub. Really? Yeah, you'd make more money that way.
So where does the money actually come from? like when you're doing a gig? Like, do the venue pay you? Like what
yeah, like the promoters will pay from the tickets or whatever.
When was your first paid gig?
Probably that 13th Note gig.
How much did you make?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. It was we done it ourselves. So yeah, I can't remember how much the ticket prices were, but we would have. I think it was 130 or something you can get in there. So
I thought you were saying £130 a ticket. I was like, that is
no, maybe like a tenner a ticket or something. So yeah, whatever that was. But then again, that just went to recording.
You're really making your wee path up there. It's really fun to see. It's cool seeing people do well as well. Like, I like interviewing people and like hearing about like their journey and like where they want to go. So where do you want to go?
To the top.
To the very top. World domination. That's honestly mostly everyone I spoke to. It's an artist is like very, very, very top.
No, I'd like. See, I don't like care too much about like fame or anything like that.
I've
never been like genuinely just want to make music, but I really want people to hear the music.
Of course.
And that's like that we don't post ourselves too much on social media. Probably a problem as well.
You are very quiet on social media. When I was doing my research, I couldn't really find much.
Yeah. So we just want we just want to make the music really. Yeah. And I know that's not the way to do it in this day and age, but that is just what I just want the music heard.
Yeah,
that's
of
all.
Course. What advice would you give someone who's like you, who wants to be a musician and they're in Scotland and they feel a bit scared to start because of the culture that we have here? What advice would you give them?
Don't do it.
Absolutely don't bother.
Absolutely not worth the hassle. I say if anybody's starting a band, don't be the singer.
Why?
Unless you really want to be, just because all your mates get to enjoy a few drinks and that before.
Yeah, you need to be so careful.
You watch your voice and it says you need to be on top of it. Like obviously Lewis is on top of his voice. He wasn't even drinking on that tour and he still lost his voice. But I found a good
happy medium.
Yeah, happy medium type thing. So
don't be the singer.
Don't be the singer. But I don't know. I'd probably just do it for the right reasons. Don't do it to be famous. Don't do it to.
Yeah, don't go chasing fame.
No, definitely don't. If that's what you're in it for, then you're in it for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, completely. And also, you must not love music that much.
Yeah.
You actually have to love the music you want to do it.
Proper learn your craft. And
have you ever met anyone that you think's in it for the fame? Susan Boyle.
Susan Boyle, 100%. Susan Boyle. Nah, I don't think so. It's hard to tell though. There could be. I might have came across a few people, but it's hard to tell. But genuinely, I've found that people are just obsessed with music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's
maybe
important
find good
to say.
bandmates too.
Oh, you need to find good bandmates.
It's important.
Yeah, you need to have. You need to become like your best friends. To be honest.
Have you ever had a bad bandmate?
A bad bandmate.
A bad bandmate.
Nah, not really. But like, you need to find the right dynamic, and also they have to be just as committed. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't want someone that's coming in half-arsed.
Everybody that's been in the band are like still friends, but they're like all good people and stuff. But they've just got other commitments and stuff like that, and they can't commit as much. And but it's not just a case of turning up and playing. There's so much, you need to do behind the scenes.
Of course.
So you need to be dedicated. That's.
If you were just like you were saying, you like didn't want to sing and stuff. Like, what would you do instead? Just guitar.
Tambourine.
The bare.
I'd be like a bass.
Minimum.
If I could just join a band, it'd be bass. Just dance about with maracas. I would be happy.
I love that.
Yep.
Why can't you?
I could still do that.
Can no one else sing in the band?
Nah, not really. Like they're all right. Like good. These good karaoke singers. To be fair.
But without you, they're fucked basically.
I mean, they would say
Sharp
that.
And the Bicycle Thieves.
No, I'm not saying it. I think that's what they would say. But yeah, no, I probably just play guitar. I'd love to be able to just I'm not like a great guitarist. I'm like songwriter. I just like focus on lyrics and melodies and stuff. But so I'm not a great guitarist. It would be good to be. I'm just too lazy to learn how to play guitar. Just not got that dedication to be committed to something that I'm like. I love listening, but I'm not bothered about that. Like playing it.
Have you ever thought about just writing songs for people?
Well, we kind of did that when wrote like with James back in the day. We wrote kind of songs for people and to get used in TV shows and adverts and stuff like that. But yeah, that's something I'm kind of open to looking at as well.
Who would you want to write for first?
Taylor Swift. Because doesn't matter if it's good or not, it sells.
Yeah, I mean? Fair enough. It makes
money. Yeah.
Do you like Taylor Swift?
Yeah, I do like her. I'm not obsessed as her guitarist Cammy. He's got pictures on his wall and that, like a 13-year-old wee lassie. I had like in our like a practice room. And he's like, everybody's got their own wee station, and he's got like photos of Taylor Swift on the wall and that.
No way.
I've moved into a new place, so they're not up anymore. But
poor Cammy, he's getting fully exposed here. Poor guy.
He's used it now. So
your advice for people that want to start is, don't be a singer, find good bandmates, and just go for it. Basically.
Yeah, enjoy what you're doing, and don't try to follow any like trends. Don't try to be like a certain band. Just be yourself. Really, I know that's like gets said quite a lot in life, like try and be yourself and that, but you get influence, you take influence yourself from loads of different people, but don't try and be like a certain band. Do you know what I mean? Try and be your own band.
Yeah, of course.
I don't think we sound like any other band. I know like loads of bands will say that about themselves, but I genuinely don't think we do, because we're quite diverse with our music. We played all kind of genres because we're all influenced by different genres and that. I think it's important to branch out that way as well and have a good music taste rather than be a fan of a band.
What's a bad music taste? Who's someone that you're not a fan of?
Well, I'm a fan of Oasis, but I don't like when bands try to be Oasis. Do you know what I mean? But I suppose Oasis would try to be the Beatles in a sense, but it might have worked for them, but I don't know.
Yeah, but all the drama that came with it, who can actually be arsed with
that?
Like, it's just a bit ridiculous. Like, just get back together already. Do you know?
Bands do try to like try to think they're still Oasis, but try to start like kind of rivalries and that. It's like,
pipe down.
I know, like nobody cares about that, mate.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
Is there anything you want to promote, like your album?
I would like to promote my album. Please buy it, because we're skint. So like we've got vinyls and stuff made up. We're doing it through SI Records, so that's a big deal for us. We've actually got a couple of the vinyls sent out the other day, and they look amazing. One's pink, and one's like a kind of bluey green colour. Nice. There's a song on the album called Green, so we were like, it'd be cool to have a green.
Love that.
Yeah, and like the border is like pink around the artwork.
So very aesthetically pleasing.
So that's why that'd be
vinyl.
pink. Yeah, it's really cool. Mate Scott drew it up. I drew up the idea, and it's terrible. I'm not like a great drawer. So he did it and made it look beautiful, and it is gorgeous.
I love that. So the album, the Instagram that you don't really post on, but it's still there. Yes,
we will be posting more.
Just you and Lewis Capaldi. Selfie.
Just a bit of selfie with Lewis. Yeah, I've actually got photos now. Like never ever post them.
You need to start posting more.
Like photos of me and Lewis.
You and Lewis.
I don't really think I'm using them, but it's a good photo.
Definitely post it.
Yeah, I will definitely post more. But the album's out on the 25th of August.
25th of August.
And please buy it, because we're skint.
Please buy his album. Thank you so much for coming.
No, thank you so much.
You're so welcome, and have fun in Milan.
Will do, thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.